You moved a lot of things, so I appreciate that. We will definitely enjoy that as we have it with us. An update that's not in the bulletin that's very exciting. So the Oregon Spirit Choir, which uses Tuesdays, the space here to practice, is going to put on a concert for both of our communities here on Tuesday, December 5th at 7:30, and there'll be refreshments afterwards. So if you don't come for the singing, come for the refreshments. They are very excited. It's been quite a while since the Spirit Choir has done something for our community, and they're excited to do that. So we'll have it out, but just so that you can know, on the 5th of December, you're busy from 7:30 probably until 8:30, 9 o'clock. If you want to come and enjoy a wonderful singing concert and refreshments afterwards. There's some other things in the bulletin to highlight. I would like to have some folks come with me on October 18th to this wonderful peace lecture by a theologian. It's titled Peace, Peace When There Is No Peace, Addressing Poverty, Racism, and Militarism, I can't say it. Militarism, we'll call it good, from the bottom up. So it's a free peace lecture there at Willamette University on the 18th of this month at 7:30. I'm paying for dinner before, or ice cream after, or dinner before and ice cream. So if you'd like to join me, let me know, because I will be attending. It would be fun to have some folks from our community give just some support and listen to some things. Unity service, again, Reformation, it's planned. Our own confirmand, Sena Norton, will be confirmed at that. The cool thing is Faith, Lutheran, and Kaiser will be joining us. So basically we have the ELCA going to celebrate Reformation this year. Down at St. Mark's, we're going to do it up. Like we looked at the worship, and it's chock and block of Lutheran organ and Lutheranists and Lutheran things and confirmands. So please join in that as well. Wear red. Caitlin, are you ready, sweetie? Come on. Caitlin's got an announcement for us. She's going to come up here. This is the most important announcement of the day. All right? You're fine. I'm right here.
My school is having a job-a-thon, and the whole school is trying to raise over $10,000. So if you're interested for donating for me and my brother, I will be around. The only person we got.
All right, job-a-thon. Caitlin, how fit are you? Like, what shall we do? How many laps do you think? Just so I can budget it. We'll see. How many did you do last year?
12.
12? Ooh. 15. Okay, so between 12 and 15, so budget accordingly. $100 a lap? Does that work, Caitlin? That would be 1,200 if my math is correct. We'll see if anybody's going to take that one. We'll see. All right, anything else for the good of the order? Yes, Gwen?
I just want to mention that the third member of the archive team is Laura Graver.
Oh.
And you will notice Laura's beautiful calligraphy work, which really enhanced that exhibit. So I give you out.
The archive team is growing by the minute. I love it. I love it. Okay, well, I had to decide that I'm making a pastoral choice, so that's what's happening. I'm keeping you here while I do my announcements, because as part of the transition core team, I have been tasked with this Sunday for a transitional update. So I choose to do it now while you're here, so that I know that I can report back to the core team that everything was said that needed to be said. Margot Jensen and Wendy Smith will be doing updates ever so often, and myself as well. Okay, so I got tasked with the first one. So here we go. It's just a steno thing, it's not that long. First of all, that core team that I just mentioned, Margot Jensen and Wendy Smith and myself, are what we're calling the transition core team. If you would like to give input, those are your connected people. Okay, so don't splatter the entire council with things. Have it filter through that core team, because your council leadership has a lot going on, and we want transitioning type things to go through the transition core team, and they will then inform the people or tell the people who are needed. Okay, so we're not going to drown our council in the information around transition. The first thing that the core team was tasked with from the joint council was to put together some proposals for how we're going to make joint decisions at the council level, because we looked and we said, we do not have a mechanism to do that other than one that's very clunky. So the core team is going to present their proposal and recommendation to the next joint council, which will be this week but the following week. So that's their first kind of official job that they got tasked with. The next thing is the core team is going to read all of the assessments that were turned in and then put together some sort of reporting out. So a summary of it, the highlights that we heard this the most, or here's some themes that came out, some sort of summary that we will present not only to council, but also to the congregation. So that will be their next task. And we're hoping that might be done potentially by at least the next update, but maybe by the end of the month, we'll see. Okay, so we'll be looking for that. Other things that have been happening, we talked already about the Altar Guild training and how we have a unified Altar Guild. Outreach has been meeting together, and they're hoping to do more and more things together as a unit across both our communities, as well as there's some talk around the Thanksgiving time, linking in with our ecumenical partners to have like a Thanksgiving pre-dinner on Wednesday and worship. So that would be a wonderful way to unify not only the communities together, but also the larger Christian community, mainline Protestant Christian community in Salem. We've been doing these adult forums. We're going to have one after worship, our first faith and civic life conversation. So we're going to have to divide out a gathering space. Family promise presentations, right, are also working through. We got something after worship pretty much every Sunday till now through that. That's part of transition, right, doing things together, learning together. These unity services with St. Mark and Faith Kaiser, there's opportunities to get involved at all levels of the transition. We want to encourage you to do that when you hear about it. Specifically, subcommittees are going to be formed when work needs to be done. So instead of the 12 to 15 people always doing the same work, we're going to say, could you do some work in a smaller focus for a shorter amount of time? Maybe you have skills around facilities, or finances, or worship and music, or who knows what. Like, it's going to come up, right, as we move forward. We might be asking, does anyone have any idea about plumbing? And I would hope that someone would say, me! And we'd say, great, we'd like you to look at the plumbing at both locations. I'm just spitballing here, right? I don't know if this is really going to happen. And you would only do that, and you give your report, and you would be done. Like, that's it, right? This small little piece of this bigger movement. So those are what those subcommittees will be. So if you see the call for that, please raise your hand and say, I'm willing to commit this small amount of time because I have skills and expertise in this area. And then you're done, right? We're not going to sign you up to be the treasurer of the council next year or to serve on any long-term committee, okay? So be thinking about what it is that you have skills around in a former life, in a current life, or just interested in doing. More hands, less work. Peace lecture together, Reformation Unity Service, collecting feminine hygiene products, the Thanksgiving Unity Banquet, outreach activities. All of those are little spaces in this transition process we're going through. I want to thank everyone who took the time to fill out those congregational assessments. There's good quality work in there. There's good quality things for us to think about. There's some honesty in there as well. And some jumping off points for the core team. I love it, there's no questions because I'm between you and the cookies. I told the bar team, I said, it's the best way, between the coffee and the cookies. All right, hopefully I did Margot and Wendy well in that update. Please plug in to email blasts, MailChimps, newsletters. We're going to be posting council minutes as well. Be plugged in. Please don't sit there and say, I don't know. Ask. And there'll be plenty of information that will come with that. All right. Whew. Faith and civic life. Going to happen down in the gathering space. So if you're there for cookies and coffee only, can I put you towards the east side of the gathering space? And if you'd like to participate in the faith and civic life conversation, can we be on the west side of the gathering space? Okay, sounds great. Please stand as you're able for the blessing. Holy Three, the Holy One, increase your hope, strengthen your faith, deepen your love, and grant you peace. Amen. LBW this time, Green Hymnal 433, the Church of Christ in Every Age. God is at work in